Welcome to Back to School Night at Glasgow Middle School. If you'd like this presentation translated, you can follow the directions on the screen for closed captioning. Welcome to Academic Language. My name is Claire White. So I've been teaching academic language at Glasgow for 9 years. I love working at Glasgow enough that my husband and I bought a house nearby. So when we're in session, I walk to work. As a college student, I studied sociology and music, but then after college, I got my master's degree in teaching. My first teaching job was in Seoul, South Korea, and that's where I fell in love with teaching. Some of my hobbies include music. I love music, and that's how I met my husband. Exploring nature, and of course, reading. I read at least 100 books a year, and I love talking to students about books. So learning in academic language this year, especially with distance learning, is based on the modern classroom model. The modern classroom model has three main aspects. First, that students learn best when they can access new content from teacher-created videos at any time. The structure is that they can be at different places as long as they finish the unit on time. I also will be grading students based on mastery. So if they do half an assignment, they have to complete the assignment to move on. This is a main part of the way our class is set up. So in Google Classroom, students will be able to see this map. The map is laid out kind of like a video game. So the first thing that students do is this tutorial. That's the video where they answer questions to make sure they're understanding. The mission is when they demonstrate their learning, when they practice. And then the boss battle, like in a video game, is when they have to take a quiz to show that they really understand it. If students are ahead, they can do these side quests, which are kind of like enrichment activities. To be successful, students need to check the pacing tracker every day. So this is the pacing tracker at the bottom right of the screen. Their name will be in the left column, and then this column will show whether they're on pace, off pace, or ahead of pace, or whether they need to revise. This column will say what they need to work on. Every day I'm entering how they're doing here. So if it says revise, that means they need to go back. If it says they mastered, that means it was fantastic and they can move on. So I will go over this with students every day, but this is a tool they'll use every day. They're going to use the unit map, which again looks like this, to work outside of class or attend office hours if they're behind. They're going to keep trying until they reach mastery. That's very important that they don't give up. Also, to be successful, students will read outside of class. So our major units for this year are identity, nonfiction, National Novel Writing Month, analyzing data, research, and debate and persuasion. So basically this class, academic language, will give kids the tools that they need to help them in all classes. It's a little like an extra English class, but for some of our units, such as analyzing data, we're going to be focused more on math and science skills. Academic language is the language that will help students in every other class. It is an ESOL class, and it's the highest level ESOL class. So your children are ESOL students, but they're at the very top of the ESOL program. They just need a little extra vocabulary, practice with writing, reading, listening, and speaking. Like all other classes, they will have formative and summative assessments. Every unit will have a summative assessment at the end. Every lesson will have a formative assessment at the end. That's what's called a boss battle in the unit map. You can find more information on Blackboard 24/7, on Google Classroom, and you can always email me. My email is highlighted down here, clwhite2@fcps.edu. Myon.com is a great resource for online reading for your student. So since I said students should read at home if they don't have physical books, this is a good website for them to go. And I'll make sure they have other places they can get books from. Another way to support your child is to ask, what are you learning in class? And show me your pacing tracker. Your pacing tracker will always say if they're on target or if they're behind. You can also say, what assignments do you have to do? What do you need to complete them? And let's look at your pacing tracker and unit map together. Like all other classes, students don't need very many supplies. Basically, for this class, they just need their computer. They're not going to need a lot of extra stuff. I do show them that even though I use my computer, I also write down my assignments in my paper book. So they'll have a school agenda where they can also write down what's due and all that. We're looking forward to having a great year. And again, please reach out at any time. My name is Claire White and my email is clwhite2@fcps.edu. Bye.